Hey everybody, it's a rainy Friday and I'm in here working on my garden tank area. I don't really want to give away any details just yet. I have shot some video I've posted over on my Patreon page. Not real specific over there either because I don't really know exactly what I want to do just yet. But I did get a new pump for my crab tank over here. If you've been following along with my tinkering here over the last few days, I had a little bit of a waterfall going on. I'm having to step over everything. I'm in mid process here. I just decided I would grab my camera and shoot some video while I'm doing this. I did have a little bit of a waterfall going on in this tank with a really low volume pump. So I ordered another pump that I thought would be an adequate amount of water, and it turns out it's going to be a lot of water, plenty of water. And so I think we're going to do something different. I'm not 100% sure what I want to do just yet, but it occurred to me I don't have to do the waterfall or use the pump in this tank. I can do whatever I want with my crab tank. The crab tank is, that's just something to do. I've got a crab that needs a better home. I can make a crab tank that's suitable for a crab without being really elaborate about it. I've got a pump now that allows me to be a lot more elaborate. So, well, this is where my brain's going over to this tank. Why not do something different with this tank? And I'm thinking something like a waterfall effect down into a full tank, more of a traditional paludarium style or something like that. The pump I've got pumps 400 gallons per hour, and I hooked it up to, in fact I got it sitting on the floor right here. I hooked this up to this hose. This is my water change hose that I use in my brackish tank, and you can see how long it is. We've even got a full coil of it right there. And I had the pump in the bucket on the floor, and I held the end of that hose up as high as I could over my head over the sink, and I still got plenty of water flowing out of it. So we don't need 6 or 8 feet of elevation. We can do 3 feet of elevation or 2 feet of elevation or whatever and still have gobs and gobs of water flowing. And I'm not quite sure what I want to do now. I've got all sorts of options and my mind is racing. In the meantime, however, I need to do some stuff to this tank before I can even start messing with it. And that's what I want to do today. I want to start messing around with it and trying different things and seeing what it looks like. And that's how I'm going to while my afternoon away. But what I wanted to get some video of actually was this iris right here. This is a flag iris, and they are a marginal plant. They grow along the sides of bogs and streams and rivers, and you can see it's doing really well in here. It's just about touching the ceiling. And when I went to remove it, first thing I noticed was it's stuck to these rocks, or these rocks are leaning up against it, so when I tried to move it, they're going to fall. The other thing I noticed was it doesn't want to move. And I think that's because of all of the roots in here. So I'm not particularly concerned about this iris. I dug it up out of the yard, and that's where it's going to go when I'm done. It didn't have anything approaching this amount of root mass or anything else on it when I brought it in. So even if I rip all that new roots off as I yank it up, it's not going to hurt anything in the long run. So I do also have the sunfish that are still in this tank. I'm pretty sure all the minnows are gone at this point, but I do still have the sunfish in here, so those are also going to come out today. Once I get this iris out of here, we're going to pull the rocks out, and once I got the rocks out, I'm going to see my brain's already racing. I'm already starting to think about the fact that I've got 3 sides of this still have the rim on it, and the front is open, so I could even do a full 3-sided. Again, my brain is awash with the possibilities of what I can do with this tank and the way I can set this whole area up now. I can completely rearrange it now that I've got this pump. So it really opens up my possibilities. Anyway, now once we get all this out of here, I'm going to go ahead and catch those fish. We're going to go ahead and drop them back in the stream. Not going to worry about any video of that. It's literally going to be me running across the street in the rain, throwing them in the river, and running back over here, and that's going to be the end of it. So no video for that. But let's go ahead and yank this up and out and see what we get when we pull it out. It's just a stick I threw in there the other day. Boy, that is really rooted in there. It's pulling the entire corner of the substrate of the tank up with it. I don't have enough of a grip with just my fingers on it like this. Wow. There we go. Look at that root mass. Whew, wow. That is so much more than I thought it was going to be. I knew it had plenty. We could see it from the outside of the tank looking in. But man, that is a chunk of root mass. So there you go, everybody. That was what I wanted to really get on this video. I got you up to date on to why I'm doing this. Now you got to see me doing that. And now I'm going to get back to doing all the things I said I was going to do as far as getting those rocks and fish and stuff out of there. I'm going to get back to tinkering. So there's your little bit of an update. That gives you some juicy tidbits to think about. But what the end product is going to be is anybody's guess, including mine, because I'm still, again, my brain's just racing. I'm just beginning to start thinking about what I can do with this tank. So make sure you're subscribed, and that way you won't miss anything I got coming up. You never know what it's going to be. Don't forget, this is my garden tank area. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you real soon on the next one.